No water.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen,
We're
welcome.
back.
It is
Happy New Year.
Yeah. New year, new me.
24.
2024. Wow, that 2023 went by so fast.
Like a lightning bolt.
Yup.
Thank you for all your support.
Yes, thank you.
Yes. What a year. What a year.
What a
What
year.
a year.
It's been a wild year. February of last year. No,
Last
year.
year. It's already
when it
gone.
started.
That's when we watched RRR and
For the first
got
time,
into
and we
Indian
were like,
film.
wow,
and
this
since
is
then, it's been a blur. It's
really
been
fun.
awesome and
What a
fun
journey.
time.
Yeah.
But we are going to go over our top 10 Indian movies that we have seen this year.
Yes, they are not
Yes.
2023
Now,
movies.
a few disclaimers. This is our personal list. It's not based off any scoring on IMDb or Rotten Tomatoes.
We shouldn't have to clarify, but
I know. And this is just our favorites. So if we have a movie that's not on your list or whatever, it's okay. It's just everybody's personal list.
So a lot of the most of the ones we reacted to, some of them we didn't react to at the beginning, but if you guys want us to react to some of those as well, we can.
Yep.
Just let us know in the comments. But we're gonna have a nice little review.
This will be
some
fun.
surprises,
Top
maybe
tens.
a couple surprises.
So we're gonna start with a few honorable mentions, and then we'll dive into our top 10s and what
and
we
we'll
normally
do one by one, right?
Yep, we go for the top 10.
Yep.
We all start at number 10, then go to 9, then 8, and we all cycle through those until we get to number 1 as the final vote. So so yeah, I'm excited. This will be fun. So we have by the time this comes out, we could make these public lists on Letterboxd.
We can.
So check
I've
out
currently
our
privated mine.
Yeah, I did too.
I will public
But after
We'll
this
publicize
video,
it
we'll
after,
put them on public, so you can check out our lists on Letterboxd. Our usernames are in the description. Check that out. But yeah, let's get started then.
go.
This will be fun. So for the honorable mentions, we could probably
Just
you
go
could
in
probably
order
say
from
all three
something.
at once,
Yeah,
and then
for
just
sure.
Okay.
briefly
We'll just touch on
describe them. Yep.
Okay.
Specifically,
3 or 2.
Who wants to start?
however many
Michael, you want to start?
I'll do my one honorable mention is one we watched very recently, the Tamash.
Interesting.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
that got in the honor.
Tamasha, I thought it was fun. Maybe it's just recency bias, but I thought it was a fun movie. I liked it.
enough.
Thought it was good enough to get on that.
It had a really unique storyline.
Yeah.
And the way they use imagery with the clowns in the background, reminding him of his childhood.
Creative.
Really creative stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
And you can do all your honorable mentions in one time, and then we can get.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Just to cover a couple.
My 2 honorable mentions.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you have 2,
I have Tamasha and Drishyam.
Drishyam.
Which one though? Part 1 or 2?
Part 1.
Okay.
Oh.
We differ on this. This will be fun. This will be fun.
I thought I thought Drishyam is a great series. I think part 1 is really strong, and I thought it was very honorable to be here.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I get that. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good mystery thriller.
I can't argue with that. Yeah.
Benny Boy. Honorable.
So for my honorable mentions, I think Dangal was really good. The story of the gals growing up, and then of course Amir Khan was amazing.
Yep.
That was one of the best performances I think we saw.
Right.
And then that was just a great story, but it fell apart at the end. I think a little bit in terms of the controversy.
You didn't like how it seemed a little contrived.
Right, a little bit. Yeah. But it was, and also we've seen so many sports stories.
Yeah,
I mean, we've all seen them, but this was really solidly done. I think also I'd also mention Gully Boy, which is that one actually almost made it in the top 10. But couldn't quite make
so
its
many
way.
good
That was
movies.
solid.
There really
were. To be honest, some of your honorable mentions, I shouldn't say too much, but I missed putting those on my
top 10s, but
top 10. But they were still so good, and they're definitely near the top for me too.
And then Rozzy I thought was really solid.
Yeah,
which we saw recently.
There you go. We did see it recently.
But that was an interesting kind of political drama. Spy drama. Yeah. So that was maybe recency bias, but that one didn't quite make it in. So that's my honorable mention.
Okay. Sweet.
All right,
so
Mr. Isaac James.
I've got 3. My first one was Bahubali 2. So I didn't really like the first one. Because there was, I don't know, it was really slow at the start, I thought.
Right.
And some of the CGI stuff kind of caught me off guard, and it was like, ooh, this is, I don't know, it wasn't really my style. But the second part was more of like a Lord of the Rings type feel. It had lots of big battles.
Yeah.
It had a really interesting political aspect to it, and just back and forth between the main characters and the kingdoms and stuff.
Very Lord.
And I thought that was it was an epic, which I loved, and it was fun, especially so that second part I really liked. And then another honorable mention I had was Queen. So Queen was a fun movie.
That was
fun. It was
fun.
a really good drama. It had a lot of comedy mixed in.
That should have been in my honorables as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know. See, now that we're thinking about it,
I know.
I was like, I missed that. And Dangal, I forgot, since that was one of our first ones. I missed that.
That was very
that one on my top 10. But yeah, so Queen was really good. It was a fun film.
I realize I might upset people with my top 10.
Yeah, who knows? We are going to upset someone. I'm sorry. It's just guaranteed. Our opinion.
Right.
And then my third honorable mention is Drishyam 2. Because I really liked the twist at the end.
Sure.
I thought that was really well done. And I thought the second one was a little more intense and fast-paced than the first one. Although the first one had really good story building.
I really couldn't remember which one.
Maybe you think of the second one then, because the second one had the twist about, spoilers if you haven't seen it, the book, like how it was like he kind of like it's hard to remember all the details, but there was some really good twists. Remember, he went to court, and then there was like all this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
There was some.
I think I did that one just to kind of be both in a way.
Yeah, I feel like you're thinking of kind of both.
I was thinking of the
series. Think both of those together.
I know, and that's really the thing. Solid. It's like, should I combine these?
And I couldn't remember which one was which. That's a good call. But yeah, they're both solid.
Both solid. Yep. Both good movies.
All right. So now we're on our...
Let's do the top 10.
So now we'll go one at a time, and we'll each do our number 10.
Okay.
Starting with Mike.
Really?
Yeah, let's do it.
We're going in order.
We're like...
Okay. All right. So my top number 10 is my... is Bahubali 2.
Oh,
nice.
So there you go. I got you. Same vein, not high on the list, but I thought it was fun. Made me feel like Lord of the Rings. It was an epic. It was unlike anything we've seen at the time for sure.
Yeah.
And even still, I mean, it's I don't think we've seen anything like that.
Yeah.
So
some of the action scenes were so amazing, and like the one, wasn't there a scene where the girl like took 3 arrows, shot them all, and then slow-mo. They were like slow-mo shots, and like it's some really cool action
that's what
sequences.
I'm here for.
Yeah.
I want Rajamouli. You know
like RRR, Ika.
Yeah. My boy. So that's my number 10. We already talked about it, so that I'll move quick.
Yep. That sounds good.
All right, my 10th was, and I got to pronounce this correctly, Bajirao Mastani. So this is a collection. This is a collection because this is our entry.
We are going to have very different.
This is very
lists
interesting.
We totally are.
Because this was our entry into Sanjay.
Yep. This is the first or second Sanjay.
It was one of the first. And then I'll kind of bundle this with Padmavat as well, but I can't include it because I had to choose one.
Yeah, okay.
But this was our entry into just how the set design was and the costumes were incredible.
He loves the historical kind of time period.
And this was a kind of a cool story.
Sad
but brutal stories. This one had Ranveer, who was really good. And then Deepika and Priyanka as kind of the two love interests. And it was just really solid, and it was sad, and it was an epic. Like I remember even the war scenes were pretty cool as well. So that was my number 10. I just wanted to include one of those. Honestly, Padmavat was kind of back and forth for me, but I appreciated those. They were not necessarily like amazing in terms of like acting and everything, story wise, but visually they were so
that's
my number
very
10. Good number 10.
I like it. That's a solid choice.
That is probably different than what you guys
have. I got a very different
brothers.
All right, go for it, Isaac.
You can you'll be able to tell like our personalities from these lists too, because like I like a lot of the the fun ones too.
Yeah.
Like Ben likes the set design and the more, I would say, drama and maybe darker films. I don't know. But it's interesting. So yeah, my number 10 is PK. Actually, yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
This was a great one. Amir Khan comes down to Earth as an alien.
Hello, Amir Khan.
And it has some really...
What do I say?
Yeah, exactly. It has some really good messages in it. And that ending was so powerful. Like when he was on the talk show and like he was talking about like helping those in need and like how some of the religious leaders were kind of using people.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And he's like, why are we doing this? We should be helping people.
Absolutely.
If you're a religious leader and say you know God and stuff. And so that was really interesting. A really good film and fun too in a lot of parts. And it was, I thought overall great film. So that's my number 10, PK.
Okay. Yep. I like that. That's very good. Is it me again for number 9?
You're back for, we're zooming through these.
Oh man, I don't know, guys. Okay. Are
you making last minute changes?
No, I'm not. I'm just making sure I'm right.
Nut.
No. So my number 9 is another kind of off of what Ben was saying, more of a stylistic choice, but one that I very much enjoyed because we had never seen anything like it, and that was Come Bad.
Yes,
that's right.
The Indian horror movie.
Yes. Honestly, where's my rating on that?
Just a disclaimer, this was before we started doing react videos, so if you try to go back on our channel and find it, you will find our review, so you can search up our review of that. But sadly, we didn't do a react to this.
If you guys want us to do a react after we've already seen it, we would be just
maybe we could bring on a
guest
or something to have it be like
bring a guest in, something like that.
A little fun time.
So comment, let us know what we should do on that. But
I need to look up what I rated.
If there's other horror movies like that, I would be so interested because I thought it was scary. It was very weird. Which I like.
And the cinematography. Like in the red tones of the
I can
creature
still think of that.
Oh yeah, I still remember I can still picture when he he let down that rope and went into that cave, the embryo type.
Yeah, I know.
It was just like
totally agree.
Yep.
Or into the womb, I should say, not the embryo. But
that was some of those visuals you'll never really forget because they were so crazy.
And that's where it's like it maybe not was it was a scary movie, but I thought it was good. It was stylish too.
That was good.
Was
and
really
honestly,
good.
I'm going to try to look up my rating and see why it didn't get into the top because I feel like that one was distinct. I probably rated
Ben,
3.5.
you're next though.
I know. It's too late.
On the wire.
Yeah, no, I gave that a 3.5.
He's trying to switch up his.
No last minute switch ups. Okay, so my number 9 was Piku. And that one's a recent one. I really enjoyed that one because I think Piku.
Oh, Piku.
Piku.
Whoa.
Yeah. Piku.
Whoa. I was like, I don't know why my mind thought
PK.
I'm like, what the
Piku.
Okay,
so
I totally understand.
I think this one is Deepika's best performance. I think.
Ooh.
And I think
Hot
she
take.
just...
Whoa, wait, what?
Yeah,
what did I just hear?
Guys, the comments are going to be wild after
I know.
that statement. I don't know if...
I think... I thought one of her best
really good in...
But she was so...
Rowan, too.
All right. But no, I thought she did a really good job on this one, in this one. And it was a really timely story of just kind of the dynamics of father and daughter.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really interesting. And I thought it was just really well done. So it was
kind of a road trip movie too, with her dad. And,
so I think that one had some of the better dramatic elements we saw. In Indian movies that I've seen this year. So I really liked that one. And like I said, I think it was one of Deepika's best performances for sure.
Okay,
so that's mine.
Cool.
And the best, one of the best scripts too. So.
Okay. There you go.
So far, we haven't had any of the same
movies. I think there's way too.
That's so cool.
This is great. This is good. The
want.
variety is here. So my number 9 is Hater. So
interesting.
This movie blew me away.
That's kind of low.
Every new one coming out.
Oh, Ben, you're like, ooh, okay.
Interesting.
This one blew me away. Just like the story, the imagery, the cinematography,
the dancing,
the
singing.
and his acting. What's his name again? Let me look him up here.
Shahid
Kapoor?
Yeah, Shahid Kapoor,
yes.
I think, yeah.
There was that one scene that we kept talking about where he's kind of going insane almost, and that, remember, he's in the public square or something, and he's talking to the people, and like he's like, just his acting is so good, and it's like a one shot.
Oh, that was
and
amazing.
then and also the ending, and it is pretty violent, so like it's more violent than a lot of other Indian movies.
The ending is just shell shock.
It is just crazy, and that's why I still remember that ending and the twists, and like overall a really solid film. So yeah, that's my number 9.
I love it. It's so good.
I love the variety.
We're getting
so many good movies on our list.
Okay, mine.
I actually, hopefully nobody will be mad in the comments because we got almost
every
Indian movie out.
Yeah. And check out. I don't know if there will be a graphic or not, but check. You'll see.
We'll try to edit. We'll try to maybe
screenshot the top 10 list probably.
Yeah.
Or just like all the. I was gonna just do all the movies that we've watched this year, just so that they know.
Okay.
From what bucket we're, because if it's like, hey, you have to watch this movie.
So we haven't seen. Yeah, that's another disclaimer. We haven't seen all the good Indian movies yet.
No, not at all.
We've been watching through them. So
okay, so my number 8. My number 8 is Barfy.
Oh,
interesting.
Hey, I like it.
Barf boy.
Yep.
So getting into 8, I thought this was a great movie. This is we've gone over this a lot, but I thought this was a.
Check out our review of it on our channel.
Yeah,
we have reviews for all these films, by the way. So check.
The actor was really good. He played it really well. It was very fun, which I am just a fan of fun movies.
Yeah.
It was silly. It was serious. It was very sweet.
Yep.
So
Priyanka did amazing.
Priyanka was great.
Priyanka.
Yep.
Yeah. That was one though that I saw initially and rated 4 that I saw after the fact and rated lower the second time because we saw it with the family.
We did see it twice.
You did?
And I think
I didn't see it twice.
It gets a little like too silly at times, I think, even though that's kind of the premise. But his performance is just a little. It's like, he's going a little bit overboard in some.
Ben.
Yeah, I know.
Hey.
That's just something.
I liked it just
a comment.
as much the second time.
I didn't see it
Good.
twice.
I
don't know. I didn't see it twice.
It was good.
All right,
That's why
Benny
it's
boy.
not in my.
That's why.
That was
Ben's like.
Does that mean it's not as not?
What do you
boy.
say?
All right.
Okay.
We've already mentioned this one, Bahubali 2. So this is the one where it's when we were in our first phase of Indian movie watching.
Totally
where
agree.
I think it was super fantastic after watching RR. We're like, what are the director's others movies?
Yes.
The first Bahubali was not that great, but the second one was a great improvement for story, and it actually had a pretty good script and interesting drama, as mentioned before.
There was like a huge difference between the two. It like improved a lot.
Absolutely, because the CGI improved
too.
I think it got funding. It got more funding.
It got more funding. That's what we heard.
So really, honestly, that one was really awesome. I thought was just because of the epic scale.
Yeah.
I thought it was really good.
I agree. That's a great movie.
All right.
My number 8. This is the first. Well, we got the same movie on this, Michael. Barbie.
Whoa!
Oh! Ding, ding, ding! We hit the same movie. Yeah, we've already talked about it, but really good movie, really good story. Acting was phenomenal all around, and it was overall really good. We already talked about it.
So we already talked about it.
All right, my number 7.
Okay.
Oh man, I don't know how to pronounce it that well, but I'm just gonna try. Andhadhun.
Andhadhun.
Yeah. I remember you posted that so many times.
Not even close.
You know why? Because like when I was like,
you're like Andhadhun.
I had to look it up. I looked it up and like on Google Translate did the pronunciation thing because I think in one of the videos somebody was like, you pronounced it totally wrong, and I was like, okay, I gotta go back and double check.
Yeah.
And then that like
Andhadhun.
that like stayed in my memory since then. Andhadhun.
So Andhadhun.
Yep.
Was that one? That one was a great movie.
We love that one.
Yeah, I thought that was awesome. So
the music was so good in that movie.
Yes. The piano, that vibe.
I'm sure we'll elaborate further along.
We will.
Okay, all right. I'll leave it there.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, so my number. This is number 7.
7.
So my number 7 was Queen. So I really love that movie. Again, one of the best individual performances, I think, as well.
Yeah.
By the leading lady, and she was so good. Just kind of the
emotions.
When she encountered new things and just kind of being in a different world that she. It's so interesting because it just starts so. Just like everything's just in the current cultural standing where she is, and then just leaving for the new places. Yeah. Really cool. Really, I think out of all the kind of road trip travel movies, I think it was one of the best that we saw. And her performance is amazing. And then the other performances, she just meets.
The guys she met, her roommates at one part of the film.
Very
they
unique
were really fun.
and just a really, really good movie, I thought.
Yeah.
Very fun movie too.
Yeah. Cool. That's awesome. So my number 7 is probably gonna cause a lot of controversy in the comments.
Oh boy.
But my number 7 is like Stars on Earth. So this one, I really love this. People are probably gonna say this should have been your number 1.
Yeah, people were.
But I still that doesn't mean like number 7 is really high on my list.
We're in the top 10.
These are I would say the top 10. It's like all of these I enjoyed almost. Well, there's some I enjoyed a little more, but they're all such good movies. So it's not like number 7 is a bad rating or whatever. So. Like Stars on Earth, really good story. Seen it twice. Saw it with the family.
We saw it with the
My whole family loved it.
Liked it.
Just a really emotional film, and Amir Khan is so good. And like his directing is really good because I think did he direct? Well, hold on. I thought he directed this. Yeah, he did direct it.
Oh, he did. Okay.
So he's a really good director, and I'm excited to see more of his stuff because he has a lot of heart, and he has like he goes with a lot of. Unique topics that aren't really talked about in film quite as much. Yeah. And I really like to see that. So yeah. Oh, time's up for my oh boy, I'm taking too long. I was going to say my number
that's
7.
My alarm.
You only get 20 seconds to
but yeah, good movie all around. Loved it. So that's my number 7.
Nice. Cool. All right. Okay. So
Michael, number 6.
Number 6. Still the bottom half, but getting closer.
Mm-hmm.
So the best of the bottom, as they say, of the top.
That was so confusing.
Best of the bottom of the top 10.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I understand.
I understand.
By the way, I have a prediction that as we get closer and closer to our number 1s,
we're going to get more similar.
That's fair.
Who knows?
Mine is a bit wonky.
I think so too, but we'll see. Number 6. I have is Gully Boy.
Yeah.
I liked it. It was a rap one.
Yeah.
Very unique. I like a unique Indian movie.
Yeah.
I like it fun, and I like it unique.
Yeah.
And it was very unique. I was very surprised.
And was that the first like rap-themed movie you've seen?
Yeah.
Ever? Like between you? Yeah, because we haven't.
We haven't even seen
there's that
Eminem
movie or something.
8
Mile. Yeah.
We haven't even seen that.
But we haven't seen that one. But yeah, I agree. The rapping was fun.
Yeah.
It was so cool, like how it was like improv rapping, or well, rapping is normally improv, I guess. But like the showdown they had like early on in the film, it was so raw and like gritty, like the lyrics and stuff. It was super good.
Yep.
Cool.
All right.
That's my number 6.
So my number 6 was The Lunchbox.
Ooh!
So that one is a little bit of a safe pick because but here's the thing. It executes the premise so well. It's just a fantastic. So this was Irfan Khan's amazing performance in this one. This one's very subtle. It's just a simple story, but I think it was executed so beautifully, and I think it ended perfectly as well.
Bang.
So I really thought that was one of the best dramas that I've seen period in 2023. So I thought it was, and my parents, my family really
that was
loved
the
it
first.
As well.
That was one of the first. That was the first Indian movie we showed our family. So my mom and dad. Because then we showed him RRR after that.
Yeah,
it was a way to kind of get them in. Get them in.
It was a small scale drama, but it was executed so perfectly. I thought so. Really, really enjoyed that one. So that's my number 6.
Okay, fair,
sweet. Yeah, that's a good.
More
pick.
power to you.
So my number 6 was On the Dune.
Oh!
Yeah, this is
there it is.
Should I say lower or higher in my list?
This was the top of the bottom of the top.
The top, yeah, the top of the bottom.
Of the top.
Of the top, yeah.
You worked through
so,
it.
yeah, my number 6, really good. I like the twists, really fun. And yeah, the music, it reminded me, certain parts of it reminded me of La La Land. The music part of it. Yeah. And like, I just loved, the piano, how he played. I think, he played the piano in
Killed it.
He was
all
an
the
entertainer
scenes.
through and through.
And his voice was really good. And the beats and the songs were really catchy too. Mm-hmm. I need to listen to the soundtrack again now. Yeah. I mean, like, it's just bringing back the memories of seeing
beautiful.
The movie. So, yeah, that's my number 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. The bottom of the top of the top.
We're going in circles.
Smack in the middle.
Oh,
smack in the middle. That's
or
a good
that.
way to say
We
it.
could say smack in the middle, but okay. My number 5 is PK.
Ooh. Oh, okay.
Very good
I like
movie.
It. Yeah.
Very well done. I loved that movie.
I remember you guys were,
Yeah, I thought it was very good. I think it was really good on the philosophical side of it. I like it when a movie goes deeper than just a plot, and it's more of a kind of a question that their director has for people. I didn't necessarily like his resolve in it, but I liked the movie, and I like how it really brought up those questions that you need to kind of know to have. So I thought it was a great movie.
Yeah. Sweet. Yeah.
There you go.
Good pick.
Amir Khan.
All right.
Yeah.
My number 5 is On the Dune. Is that how you pronounce
it?
Oh,
we got
On the Dune.
All right. I pronounced it
showing
correctly
up
probably
in all
for the
lists.
first time in my
We're
life.
getting closer, by the way. You're noticing they're getting a little bit closer.
You're right,
Common
Mike.
and universally love this one. Saw this one with my family as well.
Oh, yeah.
Loved it the second time,
Guys,
too.
we've shown our family a lot of these movies, by the way.
So. It's a twisty thriller. Loved it. That was one of my favorite ones. And I'm trying to remember, was that one of our first Alia Bhatt movies? I feel like.
I forgot she was in that.
I know, she's in
Bhatt
so much. I think so. What
are you talking?
If I'm not mistaken.
No, it's that other girl. It's Radhika Apte. She's really good.
Never mind. Okay, never mind. I get confused.
I get confused.
No, it's not Alia, but
I thought.
But Alia will definitely show up in my list.
Anyway, love the leads.
Isaac's Alia about that.
Love the leads. Love the
puns, the dad puns.
Too many. But anyway, love the acting. Love the story. That one's one of my favorites.
Nice.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Good pick.
Isaac.
Okay, we're at number 5. Man, you guys are gonna be mad at me, but my number 5 is RRR.
Ooh. Oh, okay.
I know. You guys are gonna be like, "Oh, it should be higher." That's fine.
I don't know about that.
I know.
If you would have asked the man I was 6 months ago, I would have
been
thrown
like,
you out
"What
the
the
window."
crap?" Yeah. Yep.
But we've watched a lot of movies since then.
Yes.
We've expanded.
So
our horizons.
RRR was great. First Indian film we ever saw.
Yep.
Super fun, super action packed. And it was just CGI or the special effects and everything was it was top notch, and like the sets were so huge and stuff. Like they had so many like extravagant fight scenes, and I was like, multiple times during the movie I was like, how did they do this? How did they film this? And it was so cool.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
By the way, when is his movie coming out?
Oh yeah, let us know
SS
in the comments,
Raj.
guys.
Because we are like
isn't
devotees.
Iga 2? Wasn't Iga 2 gonna come out, and like what other?
I don't know. I want that guy to make another movie though. Like
yes,
we
will watch it.
Please let us know in the comments if you hear any news about his next movie, because we'll hop on.
Yeah, we want to watch it. We are like if it's already out, shame on us for not knowing that. But
yeah, I know. Oh boy, we'll watch it soon if it is out. If there's one out.
Exactly.
But yeah, that's my number 5.
Nice.
RRR. So,
Okay, so it's me again. All right.
4. We're getting
number 4. It was actually very close to my number 3.
Okay.
It was really a toss-up between 3 and 4.
Okay.
However, I went with this one for 4.
Okay.
And that is 3 Idiots.
Ooh, good pick. pick. Yeah,
I love that movie. Near and dear to my heart. Just a really well done movie. I mean, it strikes a chord in the hearts. I want my wife to watch it. She still hasn't, but I still want her to watch it.
Oh man, you gotta get on that.
I think
gotta
common,
get on that.
like she common experience with college life. And
it's just a grind, a hustle. Again, Amir Khan really just that's why I love those movies that he's in, because they go deeper than just that surface. They really hit to the emotions. And then after emotions, they get to more philosophy.
Yeah,
and I like that. So that's why it's on there.
Yeah,
and I'm sure it'll get talked about again.
Yep.
So
oh yeah,
Yep,
that's a great pick.
Cool.
Yep.
So my number 4 was Hater.
Oh!
Really love that.
I didn't realize
that
one
was
this
uniformly
more than I did.
I really love the performances in that one.
Okay,
and specifically Shahid Kapoor, because he went all out in multiple scenes. Just, I mean, the kind of the unique, iconic scene where he's just reciting, just boom, 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 boom.
That's
just it's just so
amazing.
so much dialogue in a contained, and it was so well executed. So really the William Shakespeare adaptation, just really well done, and it covered some political aspects as well. But I thought that was unique and one of the best individual performances.
Dang, there you go.
Good pick.
Okay.
Good pick. Okay, so my number 4. Oh man, this hasn't shown up on the list yet.
Oh, Young John.
Gangs of Wasseypur Part 2.
Oh, interesting.
So this movie is on another level.
We should comment on our list after and just be flaming people. We should definitely do that. But
this movie though was so good.
Yeah.
The one shot, and I'm pretty sure, it was in Part 2 with the one shot when he's injured and he's climbing up to the top of the building and stuff. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Like, that one shot was incredible. One of the longest one shots I've seen. And, like, it was, the acting all around was so good. The reason I say Part 2 is because it really picked up a bit more, and
it's the finale.
Part 1, it's the finale.
It's a two.
Part 1 was the build up of the characters, so I really appreciated that, like getting to know the characters more in Part 1. But then Part 2 was where the action, and drama, and like intensity really happened. But really, really good gangster type movie. Really intense all around. But that one shot just blew me away. I'm never gonna forget that. So that's why it's so high in my list.
Nice.
Gangs of Wasseypur Part 2.
Okie dokie. All right. So then my number 3 is RRR.
All right.
There we go.
There we go.
Rise, roar, repeat.
Yes. Revolt or
Rise.
I can't remember.
I like repeat though, because you rewatched it many times.
Rise, roar, repeat.
Yeah.
Really good movie. I mean, we talked about this. Rajamouli again.
Yes.
Great movie. This was our first movie, so that's also between those two.
Yeah.
Why I chose that one, just because of it was just so good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
that's what brought us in, and we were like, wow, this is fantastic.
Totally.
I've got the logo right here. Check it out.
Yes, I'm wearing an RRR
and he's got
shirt
the little litho.
Oh yeah,
that little boy
this.
over there too.
We'll turn this on later.
Turn him on. Turn it down for
well,
what?
if
it still works,
not
Ben, you go while I try to turn this on.
Well, okay, on the same topic.
Oh.
RRR.
Oh, let's go!
Yeah, so that's number 3 as well. Oh, that is so brilliant.
Please show on the camera. I'm gonna have to like.
So
oh my gosh, the camera does not.
The lights are just.
I need to like
wash.
Let me show you. Let me.
Oh, look! It's like my hand. You try it out.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll be able to see.
Maybe.
Oh yeah, that angle actually helped.
It's too bright.
Oh, it's so hard to see.
It's so hard to see. Anyway, for all the
colored
reasons above that we've
mentioned. There we go. There we go.
Yeah,
a little bit. Sort of see it. I like it. It's like magic.
Yes.
Very cool. So it's white and it's not.
We've seen this movie at least 3 times, I think. Showed it to the fam. Loved it each time. This one is truly a really entertaining movie.
Agreed.
And every time I've watched it, it still retains like that rewatch value, which is amazing. It has its flaws, but it's just an epic and a friendship, basically. That's kind of the key point, and it's so good.
Yeah. Which I like. So it's so rare to find just a, hey, we're friends.
It's like, bromance. Yeah, it was just such a good Good film, yeah.
Yep. And because my family liked it too, that always makes it more fun when rewatching as well.
Yep.
So that one obviously is gonna make it.
There you go.
So.
Alrighty.
There we go.
Isaac
so
James.
number
Three.
right? Wow, we're in the top 3 already. Holy cow!
We're already here.
So 3 Idiots was my number.
Oh!
3 and 3. Yeah, all around such a good film. It really hit home with me because of like the college vibe and like the engineering. Because I went to school for mechanical engineering. And, like, I definitely felt like, okay, oh, yeah, these exams, all of it's just, you know, all the focus is on, or the teachers are focused on the students just getting A's and that's it. Like, or they're not, or they don't care about the students. And it's like, there's more to life than just studying.
Right.
And it really showed that, and, like, it was just really interesting all around. And yeah, I related to it quite a bit. So... yeah, that's my number 3.
Okay,
so,
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Number 2.
Yes.
Number 2. Wow, here we go.
Number 2. We've already gotten to this point of number 2s.
Wow. I am going to be fascinated.
This is.
I feel like we may have all of the same, but I could be completely.
I feel like
we'll
the
see.
top 2 might.
We could be completely wrong.
Who knows?
All right. So my number 2 was Zingadi.
Zindagi!
Zindagi!
I don't know how you're pronouncing that.
It's Zindagi na Milegi Dobara!
Wow. There we go! You got it. That sounded right to me.
Okay.
I was told you're not supposed to hit the Zin hard. Or no, because we do Zindagi.
Right.
But it's
we're not supposed to do that.
Zindagi.
Zindagi.
I don't know if that's right. But someone said that in the comments. That we are pronouncing it
Zindagi.
Oh yeah, because we always say
enough.
We put too much pronunciation on the Zindagi or something.
Yeah. Well, they were like, I just saw a comment that was like, you guys are hitting the last, like the dog as the primary. You got to hit the top one first.
Okay.
So who knows?
Zindagi.
We're gonna get a zillion comments to letting us know what that was, but
oh boy,
that was my number 2. This movie was amazing. I loved it. I thought it was. The best road trip movie I think I've seen. I haven't seen that many road trip movies, but it's probably the best one. Mm-hmm. It really made me very emotional, and it has prompted us to try to travel ourselves.
Yes,
I think if a movie can get you to actually like plan a trip that's going to go far away, I think that is props to that.
Yeah.
So in our personal
one of these days, we may go to India.
We may go to your house.
I would love to visit India. So.
Yeah.
Leave a comment.
Are just,
drop a like. Do all the YouTube stuff.
Yeah, please subscribe so we can get the chance to go to India.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, Benny
so
Dog.
My second is Kapoor and Sons.
So
that one is so that one we watched as a family. My family loved as well. That kind of aids in the rewatchability and retaining how good of a movie it was.
Yeah.
Really good dialogue, interesting script. I think like certain points in the movie, it seems like it is somewhat contrived in terms of how things fall into place. But it's so interesting, like the way they do that. The director does that, and the scriptwriter. Yeah. I think it's just really makes it a movie that you can really learn from.
Yeah.
And that's the key in terms of learning, and it was just really interesting.
Yeah, and I've never really seen a movie like that focuses specifically on all those the family aspect of like, you know, just the father and the mother and both the sons. They all had their flaws, but like they were able to come together at the end,
right? And
it was so interesting, and there were a lot of plot twists too, and a lot of surprises.
Yeah.
And a jump scare that we didn't see coming.
Yes. Yeah,
that was. We were so like. Check out our reaction.
Yeah,
on that,
for sure.
We were like all in. It was so intense.
Yep.
And like suddenly something happens.
Completely
and
out of the
blue. We
blue.
want to spoil it.
Completely realistic too. I thought like very just unexpectedly.
To be honest, that's what made me go from like a 4.5 to a 5 for this movie.
Yeah.
Because man, I rated it a 5. Because of that, like just. That could happen in real life, where someone just, you know, one of your family members could die, and it's like, wow, like, holy cow, this happened so suddenly. What do we do now? And it was, that part of it was just like, whoa.
The family interaction was so well realized.
Dialogue and everything.
So well realized, because you believe that they were a family.
Absolutely.
Like, straight up. The grandpa, the kids, even when the uncle, and like one of the most practical ones was when they're all together just kind of singing and hanging out when the uncle's family comes over. It's so realistic.
It was so, they were like a family. Like,
they were like a family, and it was so well done. That's my number 2. And it sounds like it's going to be Isaac's, one of his top movies. So.
My number 2 is Kapoor and Sons.
Okay, there we go.
It was really hard to figure out if this should be number 1 or 2.
Yes. I had a similar qualm between mine, too, as well.
Interesting,
But this was so good. Yeah, we just recently watched it again with the family. And they loved it, too. But, we've already kind of talked about it, but it's so good. Like, the acting all around, and Alia Bhatt,
one of her better performances.
Yes, she's so good in this. Her acting is so good. But and there were multiple times during the film where I was like tearing up a little bit, glistening. I should say,
glisten.
It's for some reason it's really hard for me to cry during movies, but like I was definitely on the verge of tears on some point, especially during the one of the last scenes where they have the final family picture, and you see they have like a cardboard cutout of the dad there, and it's like, oh my goodness, it was just so emotional.
And oh my goodness, I love the mom's performance so much. She's so her performance was so good.
What did your mom think of that movie?
Oh, she loved it. She thought it was pretty depressing at times.
Sure.
But like she was like, this is a great movie, and that the twist, near the end, that my whole family was like, whoa, we did not see that coming. So they loved it too.
I wanted to show it to my mom as well.
Yeah, you should. I think your mom would love it.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll give it a shot.
There we go. So that's my number 2. So we're at number 1.
All right, here we go.
Mike Kapoor and Sons. So there we go.
I thought so. I was like, it's gonna be either 1 or 2. You already had.
So honestly, like it was a toss up between Zindagi and Kapoor, because I thought they were both just bangers. I think they're both so good. I think Kapoor and Sons, I did see it more recently, so maybe that's why. But the amazing dialogue really just got me. It was just, this is such good dialogue. We are moving. This is real. It felt like the most raw movie I've seen.
Interactions were so real.
Yeah. So, and we've said enough, but that's what my number one is.
Wow. Cool. Okay. My number 1 was Gangs of Wasseypur 2. I think so.
Bro, I thought it was going to be Zindagi at first.
No, I'm not a fan of that movie.
Yeah, Ben didn't go down
it's a good movie. Yeah, it's a good movie, but no, Gangs of Wasseypur Part 2. And Part 2, now it's really strange because you almost want to treat them as a whole movie, but they're so, like, the first part is not fantastic, I don't think.
It's not
It's not amazing. And then the second one, everything picks up, the complexities pick up, the epicness. And like specifically, I actually need to find the performance now, if I can find it.
Faisal?
Nawazuddin Siddiqui. I believe that's how to pronounce his name.
Was his name Faisal in the movie?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah. But his performance was really good, and then of course the one shot. And it was just a culmination of directing, I think, and acting, and the script was interesting. I'm actually surprised it's not one of your higher rated movies because it's crime drama. Or like
I forgot about it.
You forgot?
Oh
no!
See, some of the movies. Yeah, some of the movies that don't hit our list.
We have so many.
We still love those movies. It's just sometimes
it's all good.
But that was my number 1. I think it was like the best executed on all fronts. Pretty much.
Yeah, I agree. It would probably be up on my list if I would have remembered it. There you go. There you go.
We've seen so many. It was hard to go back through and.
I was trying to go back through, and I definitely missed that one.
Yeah.
So. There you go.
My number 1, I'm sure you all will guess, but it's Zindagi. Zindagi. Zindagi.
Zindagi.
Go.
Zindagi.
Zindagi.
There you go.
So
I hope we're right.
That's a big difference in our top 10s right there, because you guys have Zindagi.
Yeah,
pretty
Zindagi.
high,
Oh, it was so good. There were so many stories that kind of tied together, like between each of the guys, like their different stories that tied together and how they resolved their issues or their flaws. It was really, really emotional, and it had a good message at the end, and that's what I like in I really like the movies that have a message that will stick with you. And Kapoor and Sons did that for me, and Zindagi. So it was really hard to pick which Zindagi. It was really hard to pick which one would be the number one, but
so we all have 3 different number ones,
which is fascinating.
That is great.
That is great. That's wow. Normally on our U.S. top 10 films, sometimes we will all hit the same number one or same number two. But there's been a lot of variety in our.
That's
in our
very
top 10.
good. This is very good.
Yeah, because we watched so many and we have differing opinions, like legitimately differing opinions.
Yeah.
And kind of looking at everyone's top 10 now that I've heard everything, some really notable ones that I did not include were a lot of Irfan Khan movies, which is a sin probably. Because like 3 Idiots and a couple like
PK,
like Stars on Earth.
Yeah.
PK.
Oh, like Stars on Earth.
Like, I think it's so interesting because you guys, I enjoyed them all to an extent.
Right. Yeah.
But they were just a little bit too over dramatic for me a lot of the times.
Ben,
and on the nose too. Like if there was something that
what are you
needed
talking?
Yeah.
Like Irfan was like it was, or sorry, not Irfan. Amir Khan would just have a specific time in the movie where he would just hit home the dialogue, which was great dialogue, but it was very like, hey, I know exactly why. Like he's just doing this right here, and I agree with what he's saying, but it was it was just this is the dramatic element that doesn't necessarily hit home.
It didn't jive.
Yeah, exactly. So, but that's kind of an interesting difference. And
yeah,
that's why we're all different.
We're all different
totally
moviegoers. We like certain things.
But guys, what was your guys' favorite movie that we watched?
Let us know. Put your top 10 Indian films down in the comments below.
Yes. Yeah. And then while you're there, slap that like
slap
button.
that like button, subscribe.
Feel free to roast us on our top 10s.
Roast us on.
Not too hard. Not too hard. Don't roast us too hard.
If you combined all of our top 10s, I think it would be the perfect top 10 list.
Yeah. We probably have like 25 movies.
So
like
oh yeah, we got so many. So next year we'll probably do the same thing. Another top 10. I don't know. Maybe by that time we'll have seen more recent. I don't know. We'll have to see, because we usually do like the top 10 of the year. But with Indian films, since we're watching a variety, it's pretty hard to do that. So I don't think we'll do like a top 10 of 2024.
If Mirzapur was a movie, I would include it in my top 10.
Yeah, Mirzapur was so good.
A great TV show.
Speaking of that, we're gonna have a TV or a web series coming out soon. Videos, react videos on that. But next year we'll do something like this. Let us know in the comments if you like this review, if you like our top 10 video. And please subscribe.
Like and sub.
We'll see you in the next piece.